Welcome back, students. In this video we are going to understand about the data types. In the previous video we have understood that why it is important to use variable or a declared variable, what is variable, how to define it, how to declare it, and how to identify the errors. In this video we are going to understand that what are the types of data which we are going to use promptly. So for this, no notes required. You may go to help section here. Okay, and here you need to type data type and go to data type summary. Okay, so these are the data types you can see. I'm going to explain few of the data types which are important and going to cite few examples also. The first data type is a byte. You can see here it's going to take storage size is 1 byte, so it will take 1 byte of space, and the range, as I've told you previously, it's 0 to 255. Byte contains value only, which is 0 to 255, no negative value and no decimal value it may store. The second data type in the value is, I'm going to skip boolean, I'm going to explain integer. I will come to boolean later on. The second data type is going to be integer. It's going to take 2 byte and it may contain minus in negative value 32,768 till positive 32,767. Again, it doesn't contain any decimal values, it will not be able to contain a decimal value. So byte can be used for age or anywhere where you will find that it's not going to increase above 255 and it's going to be the whole number as well. Integer, you can use it similarly, and long you can use for a very long integer value. It's going to take 4 byte of space and you can see how much of data it can store under its. But none of this, like byte, integer and long, can store a decimal value. For this you will have to use a double data type. A double data type taking the storage size of 8 byte, and you can see it contains a huge value. It may contain a huge value in decimal, in negative value as well. Now the question could be, why not to use double in order to avoid errors all the time? Because of the size. You can see the double takes around 8 bytes of space, so in macro it is very important that not only doing the programming, but it is also very important that the file size or the programming size should also be very less. Okay, the next thing is the boolean. Boolean take 2 bytes of space and it contains only true and false. One thing I want to explain, that true is not a text, false is not a text, true and false is not also a value. Many people consider that because they are trying VLOOKUP and in place of false they are using 0, in place of true they are using 1, so it works. Yes, it works absolutely fine, but it doesn't indicate that true and false is equivalent to like 0 and 1. No, neither it is a string or text or nor it's a value. It's a boolean category. It contains only whether the condition which you have put is whether it's true or whether it's false. The next data type is a date. Date data type contains 8 byte of space and it contains a date, of course. Let's say if you want to store a date of birth, so you can type like dim dob as date. Also it can store time as well. For time there is no separate data type. In date only you need to store the time as well. Let's say if you want to store the in time of an employee, so you are going to write like this, dim in time as date, not time. Okay, the next data type I'm coming with, it's string. It contains a text, takes 10 byte of space and plus string length, and you can type whatever you want into this. Another data type is variant. Variant is not fixed. Any numerical value up to the range of double you can set, and generally it is being used for in the case of arrays, and we will see the example as well, not to be worried. And the last data type, which is very important, is going to be the object. It contains 4 bytes of space and object reference. What are objects? All these are data types, but let's say if I will talk about a workbook like an Excel file or a sheet or a range or pivot table or a chart, these are all what? These are objects, or any other application for that matter. So if you are going to store one particular reference sheet into one particular variable, it's going to be the object variable. The difference is going to be when you are working with the object variable, set word need to be used in where you are going to declare it, and we are going to see the example, not to worry. So these are all data type, and you need to know that where to use which data type in particular, and this is very important, of course. The next thing we are going to understand, in order to understanding of object variable, I'm going to give you one example, or you can say a task, in the next video, and you will have to try to complete that task, so you will have a better understanding of object variable. For this video, that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.